I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed. Zeppelin, whole lot of love. Folks, it's the Monday show. You know what that means? She comes in every Monday. And today she's going to be cooking for us, and she's got a big announcement, and I'm very excited about this. So I'm going to start the show talking about it, but let's bring her in first. I'm talking about the beautiful, the vivacious Miss Anna Vocino. Yeah. Now, Anna, before how you doing, Pumpkin? Before I say what I'm going to say, what are you going to cook something? I see you're
yes. Okay. Today, here's what's happening.
Yeah.
The people ask about the spaghetti squash. This isn't a particularly large spaghetti squash, but I figure why not make some spaghetti squash? Let's make some run and gun meatballs. I made these little balsamic pearls. I'm going to talk about those. They look like caviar, but they're balsamic. And then we're going to make a little crazy. We're just going to be cooking and talking fitness, NSNG, all the things. And I'm going to use the puttanesca sauce because I really like meatballs with the puttanesca sauce.
I just thought of something I need to talk about during the show, so I'll just write it down right here.
And just real quick, let me say this. Okay. And then we're going to talk this spaghetti squash. Buy a whole spaghetti squash. Do not spend the money to buy the pre-cut spaghetti squash, you guys. All you got to do is microwave it for a minute or two, and it makes it soft enough to cut it. And you saw how the knife went through earlier. Mm-hmm. Oops, now I'm stuck at the end. Hold on. And then I'm just going to scoop out the seeds, and I'm going to roast this in the oven. But I have to get this in the oven quickly, or it's not going to get done before the end of the show. So I just want to say that. And I've been saying for years, Vinny, someone should invent a spoon to scoop out the seeds and innards of things.
Right. I think they call that a spoon, Anna.
Huh?
They just call that a spoon.
No, I need a spoon that has like a little knife edge to it. I need a sharper edge. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're doing. Don't cut yourself.
It would go. No, I need a sharper edge than what this has, but I'm going to do it.
You know what, Anna? What's that made of? That thing?
The spoon?
Yeah.
Metal?
What kind of metal?
Probably stainless steel with some sort of coating color on it.
You know what? Take a hand file. Sharpen it up. Just sharpen it up.
Well, I got it.
I do that when I buy new shovels for around the house. I bring them and I take a file to them, put a sharp edge on them, just in case.
Really?
Yeah, in case
I didn't think about that.
I do it all the time. Number one, it makes it dig. It cuts in better. Number one. Number two, I learned that from my grandfather. And number two, when you want to kill a copperhead, it's just one swipe.
Oh, see, that's good.
Yeah.
You live in Virginia now because you're talking about copperheads.
Oh, God. They're everywhere. So, Anna, listen, this is going to sound like I'm doing an infomercial for a product. Folks, Anna does not pay me to talk about her products. She doesn't.
I probably should, but I don't.
I do an ad every now and again for her company out of the goodness of my heart, and my heart ain't that good. But today, Anna sent me, they showed up in the mail, the Eat Happy Kitchen cheddar and barbecue, the white cheddar and onion, and the Monterey Jack and ranch. Now, these are cheese bits or cheese balls, I guess you can say.
Cheese bites. Yeah, they're yeah. I can't open them because I don't have very many.
Okay, I'm gonna. So I just grabbed into the box. I just grabbed the first one I grabbed this afternoon, and it happened to be the Monterey Jack and ranch. So because I wanted to taste it, so I can say something nice about it on the show.
That's sweet. I appreciate that.
And so I figured, I was working. I was sitting here doing some voiceover stuff for this project I'm working on. And
the exercise videos?
Yeah, the exercise videos. Oh, you don't need them, Anna. You're done.
I've reached my final form.
No more exercise for you, toots.
Isn't that part of the problem with working out? You think, if I do this enough, then I won't have to do it anymore.
No, there is no residual value. You got to keep
Doesn't work
doing
that way.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. And by the way, the last thing you need to eat, you don't want to eat anything when you're spitting into a mic, because you start getting that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, we were taking long breaks while I was watching the videos and figuring out, and I just started crunching down on these things. I figured I'd eat a handful or something. And it was kind of like the last time I did something like this, I was in a movie house years and years ago, and you get the popcorn. At first eating, like, I haven't had popcorn in a movie in 20 years, but you know how you would just eat the one?
Yeah.
Daintily eat one, and before you know it, you're putting like two in your hand with the two finger pull from the.
That's how they get you.
Right. Before you know it, you got like the whole thing you're shoving in your mouth. And by halfway through the movie, you're dumping the tub upside down. You got it in your eyes and everywhere else. Yeah. Okay. That's what happened to me. I was like guzzling this thing out of the bag. I couldn't get enough of these things in me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a high compliment.
I haven't tried. You know what? Should I try some of the other ones?
Sure. I'm not going to say no.
All right, so I'm going to try. I want to see what the barbecue tastes like. So,
by the way, I'm taking salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, dried basil, and dried oregano into these meatballs, mostly because I'm out of my own salt dust, so I had to make my own.
I got some salt dust.
Yeah, I know you do. I don't have any. I'm out of my own supply.
I stole some of it, but I got some. So these are the ones I tried this afternoon. You sent me 2 bags of each, so I didn't open this one yet. I'm taking this one up the mountain with me.
Ooh.
Right here.
I sent you 2 of each, right?
Yeah, you did. That was 6 bags, so I got 5 bags.
I sent you 2 of each because I didn't know if you were going to share with Cod, but based on what you're saying, you're not going to.
Wait, what name did you mention?
Donald Coddington.
It's the billionaire Don Coddington's Friday, 5 o'clock. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. So, no, I'm not sharing with Coddington. He can get his own.
Well, he hasn't pre-ordered any.
Well, you know what? I'll probably share with him because I'm that kind of guy.
Okay. You're sweet.
So I tried the Monterey Jack, so I only have one of those left. I'm not going to open that package. But right here, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the cheddar and barbecue. And the cool thing about Anna's thing is it's a really cool package. Look at this. I like it. I like the presentation. I like the feel of the bag. It doesn't It doesn't feel cheap like something you would get at the gas station, right?
Listen, it's a premium, better for you snack.
Yeah, there's a feel, there's a texture to the bag, right?
Yeah.
And it also has, you can look at this. You can peel the top off as I've done here.
Yeah.
And then there's the Ziploc, as if you're going to need that Ziploc.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah, you're not going to need that Ziploc. So let me see here.
Well, for kids' lunches, I'm going to put a little bit of almond flour in here, but not too much. Just like a couple tablespoons. Right. I don't have any salami. I'm using up food because we're leaving town tomorrow. So I'm using up food. These are pantry meatballs. Throw it all in there. So, for little kids where they don't want to give quite as many portions, maybe moms want to portion it up for them.
Meaning these cheese bites or that meatball thing?
The cheese bites.
So these are a little different color than the other ones I had earlier.
Oh, yeah, because those are cheddar. The other ones you have were Monterey Jack.
And these say barbecue. So, Anna, I'm going to eat them into the mic like I'm mukbanging. Remember when the kids...
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you to mukbang my cheese bites.
I'm going to mukbang your cheese right now. You ready?
Yeah. That sounds awesome.
I need to have more, Anna.
Do you like the seasoning level, like the amount of seasoning? Like not too overpowering, but you can taste it? That's what I'm going for.
Yes, and on the back end, you get that cheese that it tastes like fresh cheese, like I'm eating fresh cheddar.
It is.
Right out of the fridge. You know what?
They heat it up. So did you know that I've been making a version of these for years and putting the spices on them?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, I want to like, these would be good snack. And I wasn't seeing like the flavored ones that I like because they have like the plain cheese ones, which are okay. But then if you got the flavored ones, they have like quinoa or rice flour, or sometimes they have sugar, or like they didn't have any like just clean, clean cheese and spices. So I started calling companies that work with cheese, and mostly everybody said no. And then I got somebody who said yes, and then we had to go through the whole R&D process. We had to do special versions of our spice blends. We had to do a lot of back and forth with packaging and that whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm really thrilled to hear you like them as I roll meatballs.
Anna, I'm not going to eat any more of these because
Save them.
I have 4 plane flights I'm going to be on in the next 10 or 11 days.
Yeah.
And I want to save these for plane flight, but also I want to take at least 1 bag with me up Whitney and eat some while
I would love to have the cheese bites at the top of Whitney.
Yeah, that's where I usually make my coffee. I usually have 2 coffees, one about halfway up, and then I make another one on the top. And people always say, how do you make your coffee on the mountain? I've done it several different ways, but I have this little tiny thing that, the little propane thing, the little tiny one that you use really high on the mountains. And it puts out a really powerful flame. I've done everything from doing it cowboy style, just boiling a little water, dropping coffee in it, and then drinking it. This year I have a little mocha pot. It's a stainless steel mocha pot. And I'm bringing that one because wait, hang on. He enjoys
Don Connington's Friday.
He enjoys a bit of coffee on the mountain too. So we're going to do that. I'm excited. I haven't done anything except work. It feels like this entire year.
Yeah, and it's that thing right before you leave too, where it just feels like you have to get it all done. You get more done in the 2 days before you leave on a trip.
And I am nowhere near done. It's like it never ends. You know that. It just never ends.
Oh my God, Vinnie, I forgot to put the onion in the meatballs.
That's all right. Go without onion. Unless you want to mush them up and start over.
No, I don't. I don't want to mush them up. I made these. Look at these beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Look at my balls.
That's some nice balls.
I didn't mean to bang them down like that. Sorry.
She's banging.
I chose violence.
Yeah.
What's going on in the fitness world, Vinnie?
Well, this isn't fitness related, but it's kind of, I've been playing around with fermenting things.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I've been in the kitchen, Anna. You're not the only one.
I'm so proud of you.
So I started with the raw milk, turning it into kefir. And we had a question. We had VIP group last night, and someone said,
oh, yeah, how was that? I meant to join, and then time got away from me.
Great. It's, the VIP is wonderful. I can't say enough about it. But someone said, what's the difference between kefir and yogurt? And basically the difference is kefir is drinkable yogurt.
Yeah, right?
That's pretty much.
It's just less thick.
Right. You can drink it. And there's a Middle Eastern drink I make with it. I don't know if you know this. And I learned this from my friend who was originally from Tehran. Came here during the overthrow of the Shah. Remember that? You were a baby.
Oh, yeah. A lot of folks came over from that.
You mix soda water and a couple of pinches of salt with your kefir, and you stir it up.
Oh.
Very refreshing. And it's been hot as hell here, so I've been drinking a lot of that.
So it's like bubbly kefir?
Yeah. Yeah. It's kefir soda, yogurt soda, basically. And, it's an interesting thing because I drink a lot of it when it's hot. I generally don't drink it in the wintertime. But I've been doing it with the raw milk. One of the questions people ask, hey, Vin, you tell us not to drink straight milk. Why would you drink yogurt or kefir or whatever? Well, if you let it go long enough, you let it sit on your counter long enough and let the kefir grains, and they're not grains, folks, they call them kefir grains. You let the bacteria eat up all of the lactose, you're basically getting the protein, you're getting all the good stuff from milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting all of the good bacteria. You know, people talk about gut bacteria and everything else. I got to tell you, ever since I've been doing that, you know, look, I was drinking kefir before I started doing the raw milk kefir. It's just a level higher, and I can't tell you, I feel great all the time. And then I decided to try my hand at kombucha, right? Because it's another fermented product. And you want to talk, Anna? You want to tell me what you have going on there?
I just decided to put barbecue dust on top of the finished meatballs.
Yeah.
Because why not? I could have put it in there, but I forgot. So I just put it on top with a little sea salt, and I'm going to add this into the oven and just start cooking it. Because what do you think? It's been in there 10, 15 minutes? Spaghetti squash, 13, 15 minutes?
Let's see. Let me look at my timer. About 15 minutes. 14
Okay.
minutes, maybe.
I'm adding this to the oven. Listen, I'm doing a fast dinner because we're leaving tomorrow, so I don't want to do a whole thing. That's just a pound of meat. It made 8 meatballs. I put in, by the way, this is a little secret ingredient that you can put into meatballs that cuts the acid from the mustard will cut. I put yellow mustard. I know that sounds crazy,
No, a
but
lot
it
of
cuts
people
the
do.
acid of the meatballs. It's really good. You could also do red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar. So all I did was that, salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, basil. I was going to grind up half an onion and do a little onion paste in there, but I forgot. Oh, well, save this onion for when I get back.
Yeah, onions hold.
So I want to go back to your kombucha though. That sounds fascinating.
Yeah. So, all right. So I started messing around with kombucha, and of course, you know, you're messing around again. You're getting something to ferment. So you're getting sugar to be eaten up and turn into basically vinegar, or you know, that sort of thing. The first batch I made was very sweet because I followed the recipe that came with the SCOBY and the whole thing, you know, the bacteria.
Right.
And I did the time that they said to do, and I used the amount of sugar. Literally, it was a cup of sugar in like a gallon of kefir, and it's supposed to eat it up over the course of that time. And
Is there no residual sugar when you do that?
Well, you look, you could get it down to 2 or 3, you know, grams of sugar per 16-ounce thing, but I tasted it. This was very sweet. And by the way, I did a long fermentation. They tell you 7 to 10 days. I went like 11 or 12 days. And then I did a second fermentation, but they tell you to add more sugar. It was a mistake. I ended up throwing almost all of that away because I wasn't going to just eat all that sugar, you know, drink all that sugar. It's ridiculous. But I did mess around. I didn't throw it all away all at first. I messed around with, let me keep a few of these bottles and let the second fermentation, and the sugar got cooked out more and more and more with time. But it still wasn't where I wanted. So then I started from scratch again. This time, instead of putting a whole cup of sugar in the gallon, I put 3/4 of a cup. And then I let that ferment even longer. And I did the second fermentation even longer. And that got closer to being like almost vinegar, right? But I could still taste the sugar. I can still tell there's more sugar than I want in this product. So this time I'm going to a half a cup of sugar in the thing. I'm leaving that fermentation for 20 days. I'm going to double the time.
Okay.
Right. And then I'm going to let the second fermentation, when you bottle it, that's where you get that fizz, that strong fizz. Like you got to gas it, you got to burp it every day or it'll explode the bottle.
Oh.
And I'm getting there. The point I'm making is I know a lot of people are trying this along with me. Don't give up on your first 2 or 3 tries. Keep perfecting your, you know, what you're doing. Go longer, taste it along the way, see what you have going on. That's how you're going to get there. What do you have there, Anna?
I grabbed some basil from the farm stand because we planted a bunch of basil and it all died. So I'm just throwing some leaves on here.
Most of mine died when I planted it, and then we had another frost. But then from the roots, new basil came up.
Oh, so, that's good.
Yeah. And I got some beautiful tomatoes.
Some leaves.
My tomatoes, Anna. You would
For
be.
those of you not watching on YouTube, you should watch it on YouTube. But I got some great heirloom tomatoes from the farm stand. I got a bunch of basil. I'm going to tear some leaves here. I put salt, pepper, Villa Capelli olive oil on the tomatoes, and then I'm going to cut up some mozzarella. And these things, Vinny, I love that you're experimenting in the kitchen. I did this too. Somebody sent me a link to this. Look, it looks like caviar, right?
It does. How did you get it like that, Anna?
Okay. So it's all this is, and I'm going to post a video about it, and I'll probably turn it into a Substack recipe. All this is a half a cup of balsamic and a half a teaspoon of agar powder, which is, or you can use gelatin too, but agar powder is just seaweed gelatin.
Okay.
So there's no carbs or anything. It's just a gelatin, right? So you heat that up in the pan,
Mm-hmm.
and then I took about half a cup of Villa Capelli in a thin glass like this. And I put the Villa Capelli in there, and you put it in the freezer for like 20 minutes. So it's cold, right?
Okay.
So when you take this out, you let that go in the fridge for like 5 minutes because it's boiling hot. You don't need it boiling hot. And I took a pipette. You could take a squeeze bottle, but I have those little plastic pipettes,
Yeah.
And you just take the bloop, bloop, bloop. You just do drop, 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 drop. And it instantly forms. I've eaten most of them. It instantly forms little pearls. And you can put it on a caprese. You can put it on your salad. You can put it on a veg, chicken. Like what? It is so good and such a fun. It's also like kind of a fun science experiment to do if you're trying to get your kids to cook.
It's a little different than when you drop shot. When people make actual shot. Like I know guys that they go get lead that's taken off of car wheels. They use that for balancing. They collect tons and tons, hundreds of pounds of lead, and they make their own shot for their shotgun shells.
Listen,
they melt it and they drop it. You got to drop
Why not?
oil and
Why not?
Yeah, they make shots.
I love it. So I love that you're doing the kombucha, and it's funny that you're talking about the sugar conversation because I was talking with my friend last night who's a winemaker because our friends of ours had opened a bottle that I thought tasted. I was like, this tastes really bad.
Right.
And she's like, oh, and my friend was able to say because they add more sugar to the wine, and then to dilute it so it doesn't taste as sweet, they add water back at the end. I was like, what? And she's like, oh yeah, because a shitty winemaker will do that who's trying to save a buck. And I was like, it's so interesting with wine because we talk about not having wine and you're over consuming wine. If you're splitting a bottle of wine with your loved one every night, you're getting too much sugar. And what I have now learned is that decent winemakers add no sugar. It should be fermenting what's the existing sugar in the fruit called the brix. Right. And that's what should be fermenting. And then there's some residual sugar like with your kombucha, but it's actually very little. So then when the people are marketing the dry farm wines or the dry, they're like, we have winemakers who do a special process. It's like, no, that's how wine should be made.
Right.
But a lot of people, that's fuckery to get it to be.
Well, again, the United States, they put a lot more. They want to get it there quicker. They'll actually put more sulfates in it than
that's right. You're not supposed to add that. You're not supposed to add any yeast.
Yeah.
There's naturally occurring yeast. Like the really good winemakers won't allow outside wines to come in because the yeast strains will cross-contaminate. It's a really beautiful science. I'm really impressed by it. But I find being NSNG, I got to eat the mozzarella woman. When I'm NSNG, all the wine tastes too sweet. So I can really only have a little tiny, a taste, and then I move on. I don't.
It's like high C to me, or a Delaware punch. I mean, when you don't eat sugar,
it tastes like punch.
And that's part of my problem with making this kombucha. I'm so used to not having the taste of sugar,
right?
That anyone else might taste this and go, "Oh my God, this tastes like straight vinegar." But to me, I can still taste a lot of sweet.
Right.
So I'm trying to ferment something. I'm trying to ferment as much of the sugar out as I can, and I'm going to get there, Anna. I'm going to get there. I think
you can do it.
My last batch, I did put a strawberry. I chopped up like a quarter of a strawberry and put it in the second fermentation from one of the bottles. I did 2 bottles with jalapeno peppers. That's so far.
That sounds awesome. I'm going to eat a Maldon flake.
What are you eating?
a Maldon flake.
Ooh, look at you.
I love those crunchy Maldon flakes.
You know what I love? I love this time of the year because it's hot and I'm taking a lot of ultra salt. PureVitaminClub.com. Ultra salt. The bad water 135 is coming up. We're recording this on the 1st of July, and the bad water is in a few days. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be out in the desert during that race. Okay. And even though we're not sponsoring the race this year, we were the title sponsor of the hottest race on the planet, I want to say for 5 years in a row. And even though we didn't sponsor this year, a lot of the athletes just got in touch with us and said, hey, can we still get your product? And I sent it out to them for free. If I knew the person, I just sent it for free, right? Because they were so used to getting the product. All the racers were living on this product. PureVitaminClub.com, ultra salt.
Did you get a text from Chris Kosman?
Yes, with a photo of you and Chris and his lovely girlfriend.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently he had come to our show back in April and he didn't say hi, so I didn't even know he was there. He walked up to me and he goes, do you recognize me? I go, you parked a DeLorean in my driveway.
He did.
His parents live up here, or lived. They passed away. He was getting the house ready for sale. That was such a nice surprise.
Yeah, he's supposed to be coming here soon. Like, I think right after the race.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he's coming hang on.
Or something.
Yeah. So I'm going to be seeing Chris and meeting his girlfriend for the first time.
Very sweet. So you see this?
Oh, look at that.
It looks like caviar, right?
It does.
But it's little balsamic pearls.
I want to broomski that whole plate right now.
Right?
Yeah,
I just want to eat one right now.
I want to motivate
heat up
that plate.
Sauce.
Yeah. Damn, that's
I got to
good.
eat one.
Yeah, enjoy one of those, Anna, while I finish telling people, PureVitaminClub.com. Hey, people are worried. Hey, are you shipping stuff on time? Yes, we're back in business 100%. So go to Pure. Oh, Anna has her ultra salt right there. Her husband.
I have this out every day in the summer. I take my ultra salt.
Anna, I've probably had 369. I've had 9 of them today.
That's amazing.
9 ultra salts because I've had 40, 80, 120 ounces of water. I put 3 in every 40 ounces of water, and I've been sweating a lot, doing a lot of work, getting ready for this climbing trip. On Sunday, I had north of 9 because I was out hiking all day. It was super hot. It was close to 100 degrees here. Excuse me, 100% humidity. And the ultra salt, you take it and you just feel like the heat just doesn't bother you. So go check out PureVitaminClub.com right now and get your ultra salt. And you get everything else. Everyone loves the magnesium. It's the #1 selling product we have. You know, we have the B12, sublingual with no sugar, like everyone else does. On and on and on. PureVitaminClub.com. We're back in business, baby. Anna, I saw a documentary last night, and I haven't stopped thinking about it all day today.
Which one is it?
It's called My Mother Jayne.
Okay.
And
is it Mariska's documentary?
Mariska Hargitay did a documentary. It's funny. I don't know Mariska Hargitay, but her dad, Mickey, I knew Mickey, who is in it, of course, because that's the whole thing. It's about Mickey and Jane, Mickey Hargitay and Jane Mansfield. And Mickey's wife, his wife after Jane, Ellen. And although Mickey's passed away now, she interviewed Ellen a lot in the documentary. I love her dearly. I felt like it was reunion. I thought, oh, look, she put out a documentary. I'm going to watch 15 minutes. Here's the deal. Mickey Hargitay, what people don't realize, super talented guy, talented athlete. He was the first Mr. Universe. And that was back in the days before they took steroids. This was back in the 1950s. He was a bodybuilder type and won the first Mr. Universe. I think it was the first or one of the first. And he and I would sit around when I lived in their guest house. I lived in the Hargitay's guest house for a good period. Mickey was the first person to introduce me to kombucha. As a matter of fact, he didn't do any silly second fermentation or anything. He just had like a big 2-gallon thing sitting on the counter in the house. and it had one of those little spigots on the bottom, and you can always see the SCOBY floating in there. And you would go over to Mickey, and he would just pour you some of this. You would drink it warm, right? And I would always look at that SCOBY and all of that bacteria, and it's like, Mickey, are you sure this is not going
to SCOBY the mother? Is that another term for the mother?
Yeah, it's that big slime that sits in there.
Kombucha boogers.
Yeah, Serena, I was pouring mine tonight, and Serena was like, "Oh, Jesus, what is that?" And I said, "Oh, that's bacteria." And she goes, "Oh my God, that looks horrible." I took it and started licking it. It's like, yeah, I'm going to eat this stuff right here. But yeah, Mickey was the first guy. Mickey was also, you want to talk about ahead of his time. Mickey was never fat a day in his life. The guy was lean. I'm talking lean and mean. Mariska Hargitay's dad. When he wasn't before he was a bodybuilder, he was like an ice skater or whatever. And then after he was a bodybuilder, the guy was older when I met him, not an ounce of fat on his body. He had to be in his 70s when I met him.
Wow.
Or maybe mid to late 60s going into his 70s. Mickey was the first guy I knew that ate one meal a day. OMAD before OMAD. I'm talking, folks.
Did he tell people, like, was that advice he gave people, or he just did it by accident?
He and I, like, the stuff I learned from Mickey Hargitay, just talking to him, all this stuff we see today, like the kombucha and the kefir, and he had kimchi. He would make kimchi. He was into fermented foods. He was into red meat, and I was like, Mickey, what do you eat for breakfast? He goes, I never have breakfast. It's like, what do you have for lunch? He goes, I don't have. And he worked his ass off all day, like manual labor stuff around the house. He did all kinds of stuff. Strong as an ox, even though he was wiry and skinny. Folks, when you guys see this movie, it's free on Amazon right now, so go check it out. He was just wiry and lean and just ripped up. And he had one meal a day. He goes, yeah, I just eat a giant meal every night. And that's what I have every day. That was the first time I knew someone who did that. He was way into longevity, even though he didn't live very long. I think he died early 80s. I'm not quite sure. But it felt like a reunion day.
But doesn't that seem like okay? Early 80s is okay as long as you don't have the last 10 years of your life in absolute physical decline, like most Americans sadly are experiencing right now.
I lost touch with him, and I don't know how long he lived. I just know that he was a stand-up guy. And here's the thing. He died January 1920, September 14th, 2006. It says age here. Let's see. Oh, he was 80. He was 80 when he died. Really good-looking guy. The thing is that I knew him very well, and I knew his wife, Ellen, very well. And you will learn something brand new in this documentary that you never knew about Mariska and the Hargitays. And I was sitting there going, oh my God. It's like an oh my God moment that comes about 2/3 of the way through. So folks, if you want to watch a great documentary on one of the first bodybuilders when they actually looked good before they became these freaky looking steroid monsters, go check that out. And
I definitely will see that. I saw that advertised, and I was like, oh, Vinnie and I got to watch that.
Yeah, when I saw it, I went, oh, let me just watch the beginning, because Mariska was becoming, she wasn't a star yet when I was living there. She was going back and forth to New York, trying to get in plays, trying to get on television, trying to do whatever. And I remember Mickey telling me one day, he was like, hey, why don't you come up to the main house? I was living in the guest house. He goes, come up to the main house tonight. We're going to all watch Mariska. She's in a brand new show. And I said, oh, what's that show called? And he goes, Law and Order. And I said, Mickey, that's not a brand new show. Is she is she a guest on the show? Oh, look at that.
Meatballs are done.
Look at that.
I'm going to go ahead and heat up the sauce and add the meatballs to it. That spaghetti squash is taking forever. I'm going to bump up the temp.
Where did you start the temp on, Anna? Because you're at
350. I should have done 400.
Yeah. You're at 32 minutes. So I was like, Mickey, no, I think you're confused. that show Law and Order has been on. She's like, no, it's Law and Order. And he mentioned a bunch of letters. I didn't realize they were starting a brand new Law and Order called Law and Order SV.
Right.
And I was like, all right, I hope that show makes it. And here we are. She's probably the most successful TV star of all time.
Yeah.
More successful than her mother. And I kind of felt like I was there at the beginning. Never really knew the girl, but her dad was great to me. Her stepmom was wonderful to me, and great people. It's the people that you meet along the way, that you just never seem to forget. Anyway, there you have it, Mickey Haritgay.
I love it. So I am heating up some delicious puttanesca sauce. You saw me pour the jar in there.
I did. Why didn't you go with the pink creme on that or the arrabbiata? It seems like
I really like puttanesca with meatballs because there's something about the olive and the caper, like that umami, savory, briny situation that to me cuts the heaviness of the meat, And I like that flavor combination. And then also a part of me thinks people have puttanesca sauce oftentimes with linguine and meatballs. Like it's great with like fish and like salmon, white fish, shrimp. It's great with that. It's great with seafood, but it's also really great with meatballs and linguine. So this is kind of my version of meatballs and linguine, but we're having spaghetti squash.
And people ask all the time, it's like, look, I don't want to just have meatballs and meat and the whole thing. What can we have with it? Spaghetti squash is about as good as you can.
Spaghetti squash is easy. The zucchini noodles are easy to make, or you could just chop up vegetables or chop up broccoli we do it all the time. We just chop up veg and make a big like one pot dish with the meat, the sauce, and the veg. You don't have to, here's the thing. Let me back that up, Vinnie, and say the folks who are new to NSNG want to have the noodle feels. And I get that. You miss it. You're missing your noodles. But here's the thing. If you put the vegetables in and you do it, it's a great substitute. You just have to make sure you season those vegetables. Because if you put everything, and the meat too. Obviously I seasoned the crap out of the meatballs before I made them. But you want to season the vegetables because when it's unsatisfying is because you didn't season those vegetables.
And realize, folks, I'm a low carb guy, but I'm not afraid of vegetables. I'm not one of those vegetables are trying to kill us people. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, you get a lectin in your body, you're going to die, right? Because God only knows that's not going to happen, right? Tomatoes aren't out to kill you, right? Spaghetti squash is not out to kill you. I stay away from high carbohydrate fruits and vegetables. In the fruit game, mostly it's things like, bananas, the tropical stuff.
Yeah.
Pineapples. People,
although it is peach season, and I will saute some peaches a couple times this summer.
I tend to stay away
I'm going to do a little peach with butter and cream and vanilla recipe coming up pretty soon.
No, I get it. And Serena will bring like some peaches home, once or twice.
Oh my God, that's so good.
She'll eat them. I might have a little slice just to say I put something sweet in my mouth. But I wouldn't sit there.
Peach is also good with cheese, though.
Oh, we put everything with cheese. Like who was asking me on the console the other day?
Oh my God, that puttanesca is insane.
Yeah, no, all of your sauces are great, Anna. Someone was asking me on the consult the other day. It was like, they were like, do you ever have an apple? I was like, not really, but Serena will buy apples and pears, and she'll take a sliver of an apple and put it with a sliver of cheese. And I have done that. And people, oh my God, you're eating fruit. It's like, no. Yeah, a couple of slivers of apple. You're not even eating a whole apple. You're not even eating half an apple. Right? That kind of stuff. I don't want you to be afraid of that kind of thing. That's not what got you fat. That's not what got you type 2 diabetes.
Right.
Right? That's not how you got fatty liver disease. That did nothing to you. Nothing. Okay? So just know that.
There's that. Can you see that?
Oh, look
a little
at
overhead.
And it looks a little bit
like I'm going to stir it up. The other thing is, if people don't have dairy, the puttanesca sauce is real good. You don't have to, because you can have meatballs and sauce, and you got enough like going on where you don't feel like, oh, because some people in NSNG, they don't do the dairy. I'm not like supposed to, but obviously I live my life and I'm gonna have dairy. It's pretty obvious I'm not gonna quit it full time. But this is a way to not miss the dairy for those of y'all who are trying to do low dairy. Ooh, there's a Kalamata. Did you know that we use Kalamata olives and not regular black olives because they use ferrous oxide to keep the olives black, and Kalamatas they don't. So that's why we use those.
You learn something new every day on this podcast, Anna. Did you not?
It's just me and my husband eating this, so I'm just eating it right out of the pan. So I'm going to turn this down and cover it.
As you know, I came up with my own dish back when I was taking care of my mom during the pandemic, and you changed it to something called bachelor's chili. Tell everybody what's in the bachelor's chili.
It's still called Vinnie's protein on protein crime. It's a crime of passion, not a hate crime, Tom.
It is. No, it's not a hate crime.
What Vinnie did was he sauteed the ground beef and he seasoned it. Then he added a jar of the sauce. Whatever you're in the mood for. You want to do spicy, do the arrabbiata. You want to do pink crema, do the pink crema. Then he sauteed. Actually, no, you started with sauteing the sausages in discs, right?
Yeah, I cut the sausages into discs, and
I love that because I love a seared sausage.
Yeah, I brown them in the skillet, like a large pan.
And then you pour that in. Then you did the meat. So you have sausage, you have the meat. Which, by the way, you could do half ground beef, ground veal, ground beef, ground pork.
I started messing around with the pork, just to play around with it. Yeah.
So you mix all that up, but make sure you season the meat, and then you put on the sauce. Then you did something that I thought was next level, and I appreciated it. You put hard-boiled eggs. I like a soft-boiled egg.
I'm a real wop.
The hard-boiled egg right on top as the garnish.
Yeah, actually,
you put some parm on there, right?
Yeah. So what I do is I put the parm. The eggs are already hard boiled, but what I do is I put the parm on top, the Parmigiana. No, Anna, I didn't put parm. No, I'm sorry. I put the mozzarella.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, and then I threw it in the oven like that. So it was already cooked, folks. You got to understand, it's already cooked. But you lay the mozzarella on top and you stick it in the oven for 10 or 15 minutes if you can wait that long. And what that does is it all solidifies and you get that nice bubbly. It looks like a big deep dish pizza is a big thing. And then I throw the eggs on there. And since it was me and my parents, I'd put 3 eggs so everybody can have an egg. I was taking care of my parents in the pandemic. And
I mean, you're gonna hit your macros, bro, with that.
Broski. I had a bolus of protein like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. You should have seen me. I would bolus that shit and I go straight to the gym and just turn it into muscle. Right? I ate it inside of a window, broski. Bro Namath.
This is super hot. But you can tell it's ready because it gets soft. Oh, just burned myself.
Don't hurt yourself.
Well.
Jesus Christ.
The other one is a little thicker, the other side, so I'm letting it stay in for a few more minutes. But what's going to happen, I would usually let this cool for like 5-10 minutes because it's plenty hot.
Yeah.
And you take a giant fork. I can do this towards the camera.
You can sharpen that fork too, but go on.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And I just do like this.
Look at that. It's like pasta.
And look at what it poops out.
Yeah.
Spaghetti squash. Little strands. But Vinnie, don't forget, I'm going to season this.
What are you going to put on there, Anna?
I would put salt dust, but I'm out of my own supply. I'll just do salt and pepper because I'm going to mix this in. But if you don't season spaghetti squash or the zucchini noodles, it's real bland.
A thing I do, and Anna's going to probably say this is wrong. I always throw a little pat of butter in there. And
great.
And then just because the butter.
You can totally do that. That sounds awesome.
And then when you put the salt on it, all just kind of sticks.
Another thing you could put in is this.
Villa Capelli olive oil. Folks, Villa Capelli olive oil is the #1 olive oil on the planet. You don't have to trust me. Go ask my neighbor, Rob. That's right. I gave Rob one of my 3-liter tins. That's what you call love right there, Anna. That's love.
Why did you give a whole 3-liter tin to Rob? What did he do to earn that?
Because Rob is a good man. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Like Rob. And that's how you know he's a good neighbor, when you give him a 3-liter 10. So you don't have to believe me, because I'm getting paid to tell you guys this. Go ask Rob. He'll tell you.
That is a very generous gift.
Now listen, folks, you can't get a free 3-liter 10 the way Rob did. But you could go to Villa Capelli and get a 10 for about $100. You'll go, wait a minute, $100. Think about it. If you go to like a fancy schmancy wine and cheese store and get like 350 milliliters of a really good olive oil, that's going to cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of $50-$60, maybe $70 just for that.
I would say if you were really, if the store was super chintzy, it would be $38 if you're lucky.
Yeah. So
but I'd say between 45 to 55 would be the going rate.
Yeah. So that's 350 milliliters. When you get 3-liter 10, you're getting lots and lots of milliliters, folks. I can't even do the math. 3,000 milliliters is what you'll be getting for $100. So, folks, go check out Villa Capelli. You want to save even more money, spend more than $125 after the Vinnie discount. So, if you spend $140, you take 10% off for the putting in my name, promo code Vinnie. You'll still be above $125, and you'll get free shipping from Villa Capelli. Let them know we sent you, Villa Capelli olive oil. And Anna, while I'm thinking about it, make sure you bill them so that we can get paid for doing this.
Yes, I meant to do that. We're to the point now. Do you ever sit down to do something, but then like 10 other things happen, and then like 12 hours later, you're like, today, all day, I was like, okay, right now, go log it, go bill Villa Capelli. And then 10 other things would happen.
It's like you're sitting in my office right now, because that's what goes on.
I don't know how we get anything done.
Me either. So, Anna, you're over there. You're using the tongs now. You're getting serious.
Because it's too hot to hold this shell. Yeah. It's too hot through the mitt. So I got to use the mitt on the tongs on the squash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm running a train on this spaghetti squash. All right. I'm going to put this in the meatballs. Well, actually, I'm going to season it first. I just got to make sure I get all the stuff out. I don't want to leave any. See, like in this end up here,
right?
There's good strands. I got to get all the good strands, but without getting shell in there. Okay, I did it. Whew, hot. Okay, I'm gonna spread this out flat, season it, and then dump it into my delicious balls and sauce. And then I showed a lot of restraint. I only ate one of those capreses with the balsamic pearls on it. I saved 2 for my husband because I'm a nice person. Wow. But really, I could stand to eat another one. Look at that.
Yeah, that's too good.
And farm stand tomatoes, farm stand basil.
What kind of lettuce, Anna? Butter?
No, there's no butter. That's just basil.
Oh, that's basil. I thought it was butter lettuce. Okay.
Oh, no. It's just basil.
That's right. I remember you pulling the basil off the thing. That's right. And she goes with
getting the flavor in there.
Yeah. Very nice.
Maybe a little pepper.
You need the pepper.
You don't have to overdo it because the sauce does have flavor, but you know.
I see what's doing.
All right, let me turn it back over here, and then we're basically done, Vinnie. We made dinner.
Yeah, but I want to see it all. Are you going to put it all together?
Yeah. Oh, should I plate it? You want me to plate it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I like to see a finished product.
Yes. My favorite bowls are the pasta bowls, even though I don't eat pasta. So let's scoop out. Let's do, here we go. Make a little base. It's just 2 of us eating this, but I think we'll have enough for some leftovers before we leave tomorrow. So you see, I'm just putting this at the bottom. I could toss it with it, but I feel like I might break the strands, and the strands are so pretty.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I like it when you ladle on top with the meatballs. Yeah.
I'm going to do 3.
Ooh, 3 balls. Look at that.
Now I need my, here we go. Where's my ladle? There
You
it
need a
is.
ladle. Here she goes.
Okay, let's do a little close up.
Yeah.
I can't spill it on the computer.
Yeah, you've done that before. That's not good. Gets expensive.
Screenshot that, bitches.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can almost taste it over here. Folks,
So good.
This show, if you've never seen this show on YouTube, go check
This is the episode to watch.
Yeah, that's
Do you want parm, Lauren?
Yes, the answer is yes. Yeah. Anna, that's like the dumbest question any human. Do you want Parmesan? Italians put Parmesan on pasta. You put it on ice cream if you had to. You just put.
I would love to put it on ice cream. I would hit that.
You know what? I think there's a dish where I had something like lavender ice cream or gelato in Italy with a shaving of Parmesan on top. Is that possible? Or am I dreaming that?
Absolutely. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think I had that.
I don't know why I have this over here because that's not helping. I'm trying to figure out a way to elevate. I want to do this so y'all can see it. So I'm turning that.
You're getting ready to dump that whole thing on your computer, Anna. There we go. We can see it now.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get it in the frame.
Go heavy. Don't mess around. There you go. Let it snow, baby.
What muscles am I working out doing parm?
You're working your forearm muscles a bit. A little bit
I feel like you can really see my bicep when I.
A little bit of your tricep. Yeah, it's a good arm workout.
I must really love this man because look how much parm I'm putting on there.
Yeah, but now you're gilding the lily a little bit there, Anna. There you go. That's good.
Settle down.
Yeah, calm down. Oh, look at that. That looks like we get Anna. That looks like you could be on the cover of a book.
Maybe Eat Happy Italian, where this recipe's from.
Yeah. Go check out the book, Eat Happy Italian.
Here you go, Lauren.
God, he's the luckiest guy on the planet. He really is.
He's pretty lucky.
Folks, go check out Eat Happy Kitchen right now and get your crispy, crunchy cheese bites from Eat Happy Kitchen. I've already ordered, even though Anna sent me a bunch of free ones here. I got a discount by ordering 9 at a time.
Yeah, that has the best discount.
Yeah, you get 3 of each thing. You get 9 of them, and you get a big discount. And so go to Eat Happy Kitchen right now and do that. Her books and everything, her free recipes. Go check out, folks. Anna, are you still signing up people at annavocino.substack.com?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I release all my new recipes that aren't in a book.
Yeah, they're free. Just go over there and you'll get them. All the free recipes. You know what to do. We all go shopping on Amazon. Before you go to Amazon, go to VinnieTortorich.com. Click through the banner. Put the little coal on the fire. Gets my train down the track. Oh, I just want public service announcement. We had a couple of bags of coffee that, for whatever reason, USPS did the same thing. So we started shipping it a different way through USPS. So the coffee is not running late at all. So in case
I got my coffee really quickly.
Everybody gets their coffee on time, but we started having that same problem we were having with the nut butter, but we were able to nip that in the bud really fast. Everything is shipping at all of my companies right now. So go check it out. Anna reminded me of this song during the podcast, so we're going to play it here right at the end. So on behalf of Anna Vocino and her pasta and meatball dish, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living and do it with the Commodores